Okay, so today we have James Fadiman, Dr. James Fadiman with us. It's an honor to have you in this postgrad and online course, because we have two parallel courses going on. Also to open the option to the people from Latin America to be able to be here. James Fadiman is a pioneer in the field of psychedelic psychotherapy. He started his working in this field in the 1960s. He did very interesting studies, both with high doses, with LSD, psilocybin, mescaline, with people with different conditions, alcoholism, other conditions. Then also with healthy people in the same context, in the same place where he was working, and then he did this unique and very interesting study in creativity and toma de decisiones is like decision making. So he was a pioneer also in that field with middle doses. So I think you are the only person I know that has done studies with high doses, middle doses, and then you were pioneering also the use of microdoses, which is going to be the focus of this class today. So you start doing that, I don't know exactly which year, but at least more than 15 years ago. I knew about this work the first time when I interviewed you, and this was at least in 2011, and then I read it also in your book. So you are the pioneer, and also you have been one of the main persons who has been doing this very popular, both in the scientific community, in the psychedelic community, but also more with the mainstream, no? Even with people who has never done psychedelics, and they have started being interested in that field because you opened this door, no? You and maybe others, but you are one of them, the pioneers. So thank you very much for being here, James, and whatever you want to say to open the space, and then we will do it in the way you tell us the Q&A.
Okay, well, I'm very glad to be here, and I'm even happier that you are all here, because you are, I was just trying to think of an image of what it has been like, and it has been like in the fairy tale Snow White. She is kissed kind of by an evil person, and she goes into a deep sleep. She doesn't die, but she is unable to communicate and unable to have a life for a number of years, until a handsome prince falls in love with her and kisses her, and then she wakes up. And once she wakes up, the world, of course, becomes more interesting. And that's really what happened with psychedelics, is we were the most, when psychedelics were first made illegal by the United States, they were the most researched psychiatric drug in the world. And when I started, I wrote to Sandoz Pharmaceuticals and said, do you have any written material, any research that I could look at? This is 1961. And I was sent 2 very large volumes of the abstracts, not the articles, just the abstracts of the first 1,000 research papers. So in that moment, a few years later, then the government said there's no information, there's no science, and it's probably terrible. None of this was medical, and none of this was scientific. It was just a political decision in the United States, but there we were. And so you're now coming back and returning, kind of reopening the way to use these materials. And as you know, the best way to use these materials is with people like yourselves, who have experience in how to help other people make best use. Now, we're probably going to talk this morning predominantly about microdoses, because I know more about microdoses than most other areas, but we can, if there are questions related to high dose work, or creativity or scientific work. I'll do my best. So let's have a question and we'll see how this works.
Okay, thank you.